Me not dey sick for no butter. They say it's supposed for go and the berry, but he talk say he not go able go, he not get transport. And your sister will die. Don't talk to the past. Say I know you. Yeah, then one then they. They won't let me to do everything. It's not possible. Fatty just told to the car see there. He told to the car now left there. Why are you treat you so? It's not fair. And every woman to my bag what's my eh?
Yeah, get problem.
You get problem.
You see how I like you don't end up. Fatty and example like that. You see how I end up.
You know you will be the talent. They gap again where Fatty say let it. The boss for you I said no see for do. The girl picking take and go left and then said now. What's in do?
Yeah. The wife connected to her. It don't appear.
If I don't comment, not when. No, now the other YouTube, you live broadcast, you stream, you get time. What you can do this now? Recording. You stream broadcast. Cool. This thing, I don't know what's in I do it how. So until I don't record my voice. Ndole. Megan things.
Bookies have dramatically stopped taking on bets that pregnant royal Meghan Markle will give birth to twins following an abnormal number of wagers that flooded in this morning. Irish bookmakers Paddy Power said the number of bets on the Duchess of Sussex having twins with Prince Harry in spring when their first bundle is due skyrocketed so high the odds were at 5-1 before the suspension. A spokesman said in a statement, an unprecedented amount of bets on Meghan and Harry to have twins has forced us to stop taking bets on the market altogether this morning. Since the day began, the stream of bets has led us to believe that perhaps the pundits or an insider source knows something more than we do. At 8-1, Diana remains the favorite name for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's firstborn should it be a girl. However, the name Arthur has become a popular bet for the bookies at 12-1, suggesting the royals could use either. The name Alice is also popular and at the same odds as Arthur, with Edward and Elizabeth following closely behind at 16-1. Unpopular bets for the child's name are Boris at 201, Donald at 251 and Paddy, perhaps after the bookmakers, which came in at a not-so-favorable 501. With regards to the child's hair color, the odds that it will be red like father, Prince Harry, are at 3-1. Black hair bets had odds of 5/4 and brown was at 6/4. Blonde, however, was at 25-1. Paddy Power are not the only ones waiting in on the name of Harry and Meghan's child. Harry's father, Prince Charles, has also given an extraordinary prediction as to what the child might be called. Speaking at a reception to mark the late mother in law of Australia House, the Duke of Sussex's father, Charles, the Prince of Wales, dropped a rare clue as to what his son and daughter-in-law may call their unborn child. Joined by the Duchess of Cornwall,
The boy
Charles,
says having a commodity.
celebrated his
No
70th
alone.
birthday, told guests at the Central London
Then
event.
they harass
Incidentally,
him.
ladies and gentlemen, my son Harry tells me that during the recent tour of Australia, he and his wife were offered countless thoughtful suggestions for the naming of their forthcoming baby. Just between us, I suspect that Kylie and Shane may possibly make the short list. The exact due date of the baby is not yet known. As royal fans know, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expecting their first child in spring of next year, and there's a lot of attention surrounding the couple at the moment. Their every move is captured by paparazzi and royal correspondents, with excitement building ahead of the birth of the royal baby. Meghan will be a first-time mother, and according to reports, she's been looking to Kate Middleton, a mom of 3, for advice and support. Tackling parenting for the first time could prove a daunting task for anyone, and it seems as though Kate, mom to George, 5, Charlotte, 3, and 6-month-old Prince Louis, is on hand to help the former Suits star. Apparently, they're spending a lot of time together at the moment, having tea and shopping online for baby clothes. Sounds like a standard catch up to us. An insider spoke to Life and Style magazine about the new and very special bond between Kate and Meghan. They'll catch up and talk babies over tea, sandwiches, and scones, or spend hours together shopping for baby clothes online. If Kate comes across something adorable on her own, she'll text Meghan the link to it, too. A true pal is Kate Middleton, ensuring she doesn't miss out on a shopping bargain. We all need a friend like that when all is said and done. Prince Harry is also supporting his wife during her first pregnancy, and some might even say that he's spoiling her with breakfast in bed every morning. Pure princess treatment, to be fair. According to the Royal Insider, this is followed by a walk together before Meghan does her daily perinatal yoga, and if ever you needed proof that a real-life Prince Charming exists, this is it. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will welcome their first royal baby next spring, and grandfather-to-be Prince Charles has thanked his royal fans for their well wishes ahead of the arrival. The future king sent well wishes a thank you letter after they congratulated him on the news he has another grandchild on the way. The thank you letter from Clarence House, posted on Instagram account The Crown replies, read, "The Prince of Wales asked me to thank you for your recent letter, which you have sent following the announcement that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expecting their first child. His Royal Highness is grateful to you for taking the trouble to write, as you did. He was touched by your kind words of support and has asked me to send you his warmest thanks and very best wishes." Prince Charles has already revealed he toasted several times after hearing the news that his youngest son was expecting his first child with wife Meghan Markle. The heir to the throne, who turns 70 this month, is already grandfather to Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. In BBC documentary Prince, Son and Heir, Charles at 70, which aired recently, Prince William told how he wished his father could spend more time with his children. Talking about his father, the Duke of Edinburgh said, "I would like him to have more time with the children. Having more time with him at home would be lovely, and being able to, play around with the grandchildren. When he's there, he's brilliant, but we need him there as much as possible." And there was no denying Prince Charles' adorable bond with his grandchildren after charming pictures to mark his 70th birthday emerged, treating royal fans to an insight into their real life. One shot showed Charles beaming as he clutches a 4-month-old Louis to his chest in the gardens of Clarence House on a sunny day last September. Another from the same shoot showed a cheeky Louis grabbing a handful of his grandfather's face as he leans forward from his mother Kate's grip. In another family shot, Prince George, 5, sits proudly on his grandfather's lap. As royal fans might be aware, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are expecting their first child in spring 2019, and there is major media attention surrounding the couple at the moment. Just today, Meghan was pictured at an event cradling her baby bump, and she is absolutely glowing. According to reports, Prince Harry is doing his level best to take care of her every need at the moment, and it's very sweet altogether. He's even going so far as to bring her breakfast in bed every morning during her pregnancy, and honestly, it sounds like pure princess treatment. That's followed by a leisurely stroll in the garden, and it all sounds pretty heavenly, to be fair. Harry will bring her tea and breakfast in bed. They go over their schedule and then take a stroll in the gardens together before Meghan does her daily perinatal yoga. A type of chill-out day we could definitely get on board with, the proof we need that Prince Harry is officially Prince Charming. It seems that the royal couple has to follow one particular rule when it comes to naming their baby, and this is to do with the timing of sharing the baby's name with the world. It is essential that the Queen is told of the news first, and tradition dictates that the couple wait a few days after the baby's birth before publicly announcing the official name. People have been trying to figure out Meghan's official due date too, although it's doubtful that Kensington Palace will confirm this news at any stage of her pregnancy. Meghan's son's sister-in-law, Kate Moore, covered up dresses at the Royal Variety performance with the during halter-neck number last night. The Duchess of Sussex, 37, who is expecting her first child in the spring, showed off her shoulders in an 895-pound sequin topped by British brand Safia, to which she added her own custom strap. Her look, which featured the low back, was in contrast to the Duchess of Cambridge's past choices for the Royal Variety performance at the London Palladium, which has seen Kate topped for long-sleeve dresses. Kate, 36, wore a black lace dress by American brand Diane von Furstenberg in her first appearance at the Variety show back in 2014. The Duchess opted for a dazzling pale blue dress by British designer Jenny Packham, again featuring sleeves, at the event last year when she was 4 months pregnant with Prince Louis. Celebrity stylist Rochelle White told the Mail, Meghan's outfit is a bit more daring than what you usually see. If we compare to what Kate has been seen in There Is More Skin on show.
But I mean,
she added that the differences in styles could be due to their distinct roles in the royal family. Kate has a much more prominent role being married to William and could feel that she needs to be seen in much more elegant, more covered outfits, whereas Meghan can have a more relaxed approach to fashion. Rochelle explained how it appeared that the decision to add a halter-neck strap to the mustard top could have been to make it less revealing. She added the band around the waist could be used to create a slimmer figure from the front, but also from the side, show off her growing bump.
so you're
Meghan wore her
not
dazzling sequin top by Safia with a black maxi dress by the brand as she attended her first Royal Variety performance with Harry, 34, last night.
they want the
She
picking
wore a
one
customized version
They
of
go
the brand's
protect her.
strapless Malaya top, which
Newspaper black
included a
alcohol
halter-neck
with
strap
Bergamo.
and a belt around the waist. The Duchess finished her look with a black and gold
So
clutch
I
bag
say,
by
it's a
Australian bag
it's a-
Goldberg and
it's a
7,000 pounds
look,
diamond
say,
earrings from
if
Canadian
anything happens
jewelry
to
brand
her,
Burks,
it will
which
die.
she has previously worn on
So
a number of
that's how I
occasions. Meghan previously wore a full-length Cape blue dress
Everyone-
with Safia at a black tie reception on the first night of her royal tour in Fiji last month. She showed
Anyway,
off
what
the
you
growing
make I
baby
can
bump
look
in a
at
spectacular
Maria,
1,095
you
pounds
didn't
gown,
look at
which was
Lord.
made in the same shade of blue as the Fijian flag.
They
Last
want
night's
for no
Royal
go back to
Variety
the
show
road.
saw the Duke
Then
and
there's I
Duchess
go by
meet
ring for
performers,
and we right
including
pan
second
alone.
that and the cast of
Gold.
hit West End musical
Baba
Hamilton
wa
before
figo
taking
chale
their seats to
pulo
watch
kono
the
ati
acts from the
snapia
royal box.
ye shop
The
utatia na
Royal
afi
Variety
mana
performance, a mixture
You
of
got a
music,
dressy day,
dance,
I'm a shop
singing,
with
and comedy,
today.
is held in the name of the Royal Variety charity, RVC,
Dopo wo ya
which the Queen is
eyi
patron.
nda ho Sini Fiji so the preacher ni wati a den cultural big Soko che brema okuno so I ni ga boy na I have made change for you so Jimega we tell you obi pet boy lo oho ibahin oloye ye che ni ge ya Sally Megan way to it. Yeah, oh, care huage ke kulabuma. No got the poor boy but
Prince Charles jokes Meghan and Harry could choose these very unexpected baby names. The Prince of Wales joked that the names Kylie and Shane could be on the short list for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's baby. He was speaking at a reception celebrating the centenary of Australia House, which is Australia's oldest diplomatic post and the longest continually occupied diplomatic building in London, watched by the Duchess of Cornwall. He told the guests at the Central London event, "Incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, my son Harry tells me that during their recent tour of Australia, he and his wife were offered countless thoughtful suggestions for the naming of their forthcoming baby. Just between us, I suspect that Kylie and Shane may possibly make the short list, but ladies and gentlemen, I would not hold your breath for Edna or Lee." Comedian Barry Humphries, who is known for his stage and television alter egos of Dame Edna Everage and Sir Leigh Patterson, was among the guests in the audience. Prince Charles, who went to Geelong Grammar School as a teenager, spoke of his deep and abiding affection for Australia and his pride in seeing it from strength to strength both at home and on the world stage. He praised Australia for its self-deprecating sense of humor and as a nation which he said stands by friends and strangers in times of trouble. He described Australians as frank, generous, courageous, resilient and above all great fun. He spoke of the strong spirit of Australians who could be relied on after devastating bushfires or floods, and he recalled the profoundly moving dawn services he attended in 2015. Mr. Humphries said he appreciated Prince Charles's joke, adding, "I thought it was wonderful. He spoke very well. I have never heard him better. It was a special event for we Australians and it is in a building that is unique. Australia House, the home of the Australian High Commission in the United Kingdom, was officially opened by King George V in August 1918. Prince Charles unveiled a new portrait, painted by Australian-born artist Raffens. It shows Charles standing by a window and a grand piano in the tapestry room at Dumfries House, Scotland. Expat Australians, including Strictly Come Dancing judge Craig Revel Horwood, actor and dancer Anna Garcia and author Kathy Lett were also among the guests. The audience was made up of Australians in the UK who have contributed to the Australia-UK relationship. They included figures, both British and Australian, from the range of industries including the worlds of sport, business, academia and the arts. The Duchess of Sussex admits she was desperate to share her baby news with friends at the Hub Kitchen. The Duchess of Sussex said she was desperate to share her baby news with women at the Grenfell Tower Hub Kitchen when she visited in September, as she returned to the charity centre following the release of her charity cookbook to support those displaced by the fire. Meghan visited the Hub Kitchen in September, but kept the announcement of her pregnancy to herself as it was still early days. She met women, firsthand, who had been affected and displaced by the huge fire that killed 72 and injured over 200 in June 2017. The Duchess of Sussex collaborated with the women of the Hub to create the best-selling book Together, Our Community Cookbook, based on recipes offered by the 55 nationalities and cultures that lived in the London Tower block. But on Wednesday, she returned to the Hub for the first time since the release of the cookbook, admitting to one woman she was desperate to share her baby news. Kensington Palace announced the arrival of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's first royal baby as they touched down to begin their royal tour of Australia. But on return to the Hub in West London, the Duchess was eager to share her feelings with the women, throwing her arms around each of them and kissing them tenderly. She chatted excitedly with each of them about what they had been doing since they last met in September of this year. One woman, clearly delighted by the return of Meghan, asked, "How was your journey to Australia?" To which Meghan replied, "Yes, it was great. It was all good." The woman gripped her hand and glanced at Meghan's baby bump, sharing an intimate moment with the actress turned royal. She told Meghan, "I'm so happy," with the Duchess admitting that she had struggled to keep the news to herself ahead of the formal royal announcement. The Duchess is in the second trimester of her pregnancy and is looking forward to welcoming her first child with Prince Harry in the spring. Meghan went to the Hub Community Kitchen, not far from the site of the Are Meghan and Harry set to have twins? Bookies have dramatically stopped taking on bets that pregnant royal Meghan Markle will give birth to twins following an abnormal number of wagers that flooded in this morning. Irish bookmakers Paddy Power said the number of bets on the Duchess of Sussex having twins with Prince Harry in spring when their first bundle is due skyrocketed so high the odds were at 5-1 before the suspension. A spokesman said in a statement, "An unprecedented amount of bets on Meghan and Harry to have twins has forced us to stop taking bets on the market altogether this morning. Since the day began, the stream of bets has led us to believe that perhaps the punters, or an insider source, knows something more than we do." At 8-1 Diana remains the favourite name for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's firstborn should it be a girl. However, the name Arthur has become a popular bet for the bookies at 12-1, suggesting the royals could use either. The name Alice is also popular and at the same odds as Arthur, with Edward and Elizabeth following closely behind at 16-1. Unpopular bets for the child's name are Boris at 201, Donald at 251 and Paddy, perhaps after the bookmakers, which came in at a not-so-favourable 501. With regards to the child's hair colour, the odds that it will be red like father, Prince Harry, are at 3-1. Black hair bets had odds of 5/4 and brown was at 6/4. Blonde, however, was at 25-1. Paddy Power are the only ones weighing in on the name of Harry and Meghan's child. Harry's father, Prince Charles, has also given an extraordinary prediction as to what the child might be called. Speaking at a reception to mark the late mother-in-law of Australia House, the Duke of Sussex's father, Charles, the Prince of Wales, dropped a rare clue as to what his son and daughter-in-law may call their unborn child. Joined by the Duchess of Cornwall, Charles, who recently celebrated his 70th birthday, told guests at the Central London event, "Incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, my son Harry tells me that during their recent tour of Australia, he and his wife were offered countless thoughtful suggestions for the naming of their forthcoming baby. Just between us, I suspect that Kylie and Shane may possibly make the shortlist. The exact due date of the baby is not yet known." Speaking at a reception celebrating the centenary of Australia House, the Prince of Wales said that Meghan and Harry could choose very unexpected baby names, and that they may take inspiration for the name from their recent Australian royal tour. Prince Charles joked about the unexpected baby names Meghan Markle and Prince Harry could choose for the royal baby. Speaking at a reception celebrating the centenary of Australia House, Australia's oldest diplomatic post in London, the Prince of Wales said the royals could take inspiration from their recent royal tour and shortlist Kylie and Shane as potential monikers. It's presumed the heir to the throne was referencing pop star Kylie Minogue and cricketer Shane Warne. Watched by the Duchess of Cornwall, Charles, who recently celebrated his 70th birthday, told guests at the Central London event, "Incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, my son Harry tells me that during their recent tour of Australia, he and his wife were offered countless thoughtful suggestions for the naming of their forthcoming baby. Just between us, I suspect that Kylie and Shane may possibly make the shortlist. But ladies and gentlemen, I would not hold your breath for Edna or Leigh." Comedian Barry Humphries, who is known for his stage and television alter egos of Dame Edna Everage and Sir Leigh Patterson, was among the guests. Harry and Meghan, who married in May, are expecting their first child in the spring. Expat Australians including Strictly Come Dancing judge Craig Revel Horwood, actor and dancer Adam Garcia and author Kathy Lette were also among the guests. The audience was made up of Australians in the UK who have contributed to the Australia-UK relationship. They included figures, both British and Australian, from a range of industries including the worlds of sport, business, academia and the arts. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will welcome their first royal baby next spring, and grandfather-to-be Prince Charles has thanked his royal fans for their well wishes ahead of the arrival. The future king sent well wishers a thank you letter after they congratulated him on the news he has another grandchild on the way. The thank you letter from Clarence House, posted on Instagram account The Crown replies, read, "The Prince of Wales asked me to thank you for your recent letter, which you have sent following the announcement that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expecting their first child. His Royal Highness is grateful to you for taking the trouble to write as you did. He was touched by your kind words of support and has asked me to send you his warmest thanks and very best wishes." Prince Charles has already revealed he toasted several times after hearing the news that his youngest son was expecting his first child with wife, Meghan Markle. The heir to the throne, who turned 70 this month, is already grandfather to Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. In BBC documentary Prince, Son and Heir, Charles at 70, which aired recently, Prince William told how he wished his father could spend more time with his children. Talking about his father, the Duke of Edinburgh said, "I would like him to have more time with the children. Having more time with him at home would be lovely, and being able to, play around with the grandchildren. When he's there, he's brilliant, but we need him there as much as possible." And there was no denying Prince Charles' adorable bond with his grandchildren after charming pictures to mark his 70th birthday emerged, treating royal fans to an insight into their royal life. One shot showed Charles beaming as he clutches a 4-month-old Louis to his chest in the gardens of Clarence House on a sunny day last September. Another from the same shoot showed a cheeky Louis grabbing a handful of his grandfather's face as he leans forward from his mother Kate's crib. In another family shot, Prince George, 5, sits proudly on his grandfather's lap. The Duchess of Sussex writes her own speeches. This is unusual for members of the royal family. The former actress has also been described as the feminist princess of our dreams in a new documentary. Members of the royal family usually utilize their staff for tasks such as speech writing, but not Meghan Markle, according to a new documentary. Apparently Meghan diligently writes her own speeches, and can often be seen carrying around notes when she is preparing for an event. One royal commentator has described Meghan as the feminist princess of our dreams for her dedication to her new role. When it comes to being the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle takes her role very seriously indeed. In fact, according to a new documentary airing this week, it's been revealed that unlike most other members of the royal family, Meghan writes her own speeches. The ABC News special, Meghan's New Life, The Real Princess Diaries, is set to air on Thanksgiving, giving viewers an intimate look at the former actress's royal role. As revealed in the new documentary, for the Daily Mail, ahead of Meghan's speech in Fiji during the royal tour, royal commentator Ahmed Scobie noticed that the Duchess' speech appeared to feature handwritten scribbles. Scobie says that he asked a palace aide, "Has she written this herself?" as that's quite unusual for the royals. Speech was an unforgettable call to female empowerment and income equality. Scobie notes, "This was all her. She's been up for days working on this speech." Not only was the content of Meghan's speech completely heartfelt and fiercely feminist, but it was deeply personal, as the Duchess revealed how she paid her way through college. The Daily Mail also shared an insight from Vanity Fair's Michelle Ruiz, who apparently says in the documentary, "In these times and for this family it is pushing the envelope to give speeches on feminism. It's certainly something the Queen doesn't do, nor does Kate Middleton do. Meghan is the feminist princess of our dreams." The Duchess of Cambridge and Duchess of Sussex had a twinning moment today as they both stepped out in burgundy outfits as they attended events. Both of the engagements were surprise visits and unscheduled. This twining moment was really quite unique, as not only did they wear matching colors, they also both wore their hair in a ponytail, and both wore black tights. Both Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton stepped out Wednesday for solo engagements close to their hearts. Meghan to the Hub Community Kitchen, where she helped prepare a meal with the women with whom she created a cookbook to support their cause, and Kate to the University College London for an update on neurological research to help children's well-being. And both royals opted for the perfect full shade, burgundy. Kate, stepped out in a recycled skirt and matching blazer from Paul Carr over a turtleneck top. The mother of 3 debuted the outfit during a 2012 engagement at Middle Temple in London, where she and Prince William met a group of law students. She pulled the ensemble out of her royal closet again in February 2017 for a visit to a children's charity in Wales. Meanwhile, Meghan opted for a similar hue with more purple tones for her Thanksgiving Eve outing. The Duchess of Sussex, who is expecting her first child in the spring with Prince Harry, sported a collared dress and matching coat by Club Monaco with ankle boots by Givenchy, her wedding dress designer. In addition to wearing the same color, the royal sisters-in-law both opted for black tights, black shoes and pulled their hair into low ponytails. Meghan's outing also came with another reminder of her sister-in-law. The mom Juby helped cook rice and vegetables in the kitchen, tying an apron around her waist as she prepared the food.
Tastes good?
Yes. You know what I mean? I have to walk by a bit. Oh, Alaji, where am I?